Go. Hello students. Today we'll see revision at a glance of the chapter Some Basic Concepts. So firstly, I would start with what is chemistry? It is that branch of science which deals with the study of composition, structure and properties of matter and the changes which the matter undergoes under different conditions and the laws which govern these changes. We had discussed about the importance and scope of chemistry. So importance and scope of chemistry is in the field of increase in the production of food, contribution to better health and sanitation, saving the environment, increase in comfort and luxury, transport, which involves use of petrol and diesel and other high quality fuels for aeroplanes, etc. Nuclear and atomic energy and applications in industries. Then we'll see the negative role of chemistry, chemical fertilizers, insecticides, etc. used for the better yield of the crop has bad effect on health. Polythene bags cause serious threat to sewerage, LSD, cocaine, brown sugar, etc. and thus is a curse for humanity. Atom bomb is a big tool of destruction. Then matter, anything that occupies space and possesses mass is called as matter. Physically, we can classify matter into three types: solids, liquids and gases. And chemically, we can classify matter as homogeneous and heterogeneous mixtures. And then you should know what is an atom. An atom is the smallest particle of an element which takes part in a chemical reaction, and molecule is the smallest particle of an element or compound which can exist freely. Oxygen atoms, O. Iron atoms, they exist freely but not oxygen atoms. Hydrogen is a molecule of element and water is a molecule of compound. Then 7 basic international systems of units: length measured in meter, mass kilogram, time in seconds, electric current ampere, thermodynamic temperature Kelvin, and amount of substance in mole. And the last one is luminous intensity. It is expressed in candela. Then some important relations, conversions. I have already told you that if I need to convert Kelvin to degree Celsius, then it is temperature plus 273 Kelvin. And if you need to convert Fahrenheit to degree Celsius, it is C by 5 equals to F minus 32 upon 9. Then see this conversion. One volume, 1 liter equals to 1000 milliliter, or it is also equivalent to 1000 centimeter cube, equivalent to 1 decimeter cube, and 1 meter cube equals to 10 raised to 3 decimeter cube, which is also equal to 10 raised to 3 liters. The length is expressed in angstrom. 1 angstrom equals to 10 raised to minus 10 meters, which is also equal to 10 raised to minus 8 centimeter. 1 nanometer equals to 10 raised to minus 9 meters, which is equivalent to 10 raised to minus 7 centimeters. 1 picometer equals to 10 raised to minus 12 meters, which is also equivalent to 10 raised to minus 10 centimeters. So these are some important relations and conversions which you should remember. Then some commonly used quantities and the units. Volume is expressed in meter cube, density kg per meter cube, velocity meter per second, force in Newton. 1 Newton equals to kg meter per second square. Pressure is expressed in Pascal, which is also equivalent to Newton per meter square. Work or energy is expressed in Joule, which is equal to kg meter square per second square. Frequency is expressed in Hertz and its unit is per second. Electric current expressed in ampere. Charge coulomb, ampere second. Then subsidiary units. A suitable prefix is used before the unit. That is, example, deci, 10 raised to minus 1. So 1 decimeter equals to 10 raised to minus 1 meters, and so on. You will learn this conversion table which I had given you in the video. Then precision and accuracy. If the average value of different measurements is close to the correct value, the measurement is said to be accurate. And if the values of different measurements are close to each other, hence close to their average value, the measurement is said to be precise. That is the difference between precision and accuracy. Then significant figures. Total number of digits in a number, including the last digit whose value is uncertain, is called as significant figures. For example, if you see a measured value of 25.61 plus minus 0.001 has 4 significant figures. Then rules for determining the number of significant figures. All non-zero digits as well as zeros between the non-zero digits are significant. For example, 5004 has 4 significant figures. Zeros to the left of the first non-zero digit are not significant. Example, 0.005 has only 1 significant figure. If a number ends in 0, but these zeros are to the right of the decimal point, then these zeros are significant. Example, 2.500 has 4 significant figures. Then the fourth rule is, if a number ends in zeros, but these zeros are not to the right of a decimal point, these zeros may or may not be significant depending upon the written exponential form. Example, 10500 as 1.05 into 10 raised to 4 has 3 significant figures. 1.050 into 10 raised to 4 has 4, and 1.0500 into 10 raised to 4 has 5 significant figures. Then exact numbers like 12 eggs in a dozen or 60 seconds in a minute have infinite number of significant figures. Then significant figures of calculated results. This I have dealt with. Results of addition and subtraction should have same number of decimal places as the term with least number of decimal place. Results of multiplication and division should have same number of significant figures as that of least precise term other than exact numbers. Rounding off. So if the digit to be removed is less than 5, then and you will round it off, if the number remains the same, and if it is greater than 5, then it will increase by 1, and if it is equal to 5, then you will look at the preceding digit. If it is odd, it will increase by 1, and if it is an even number, the number remains the same. I have discussed this in the video there. These are the rules of rounding off. Then to convert one unit into another. To convert one unit into another, you should know the relations, and this is usually used for dimensional analysis method. So some uncommon ones will be given to you, conversions, but common ones, 1 kilometer equals to 1000 meter, you should know. 1 meter equals to 1.094 yards. This will be given. 1 yard equals to 36 inches. And when you convert, you need to get the ones that is asked in the question. That unit should form the numerator part, and rest of the units should get cancelled off. Then atomicity, loss of chemical combination, and Dalton's atomic theory has been deleted from your course, and so I have not dealt with the loss of chemical combination. Also the Dalton's atomic theory I have not dealt. Then atomicity, the total number of atoms present in one molecule of an element or a compound is called its atomicity. For example, ozone 3, CH4 5, that is the atomicity of these molecules. Then the relationship between molecular mass and vapor density of a gas. Molecular mass equals to 2 into vapor density. Remember this relation. Relationship between mass and volume of a gas. 22.4 liters of any gas at STP base equal to that of its molecular mass in gram, or 22.7 liters at 1 bar and 0 degrees Celsius. This is STP, 1 atmosphere, 0 degrees Celsius. And atomic mass and atomic mass unit, AMU. Atomic mass of an element is the average relative mass of atoms as compared with an atom of carbon 12 as 12, taken as 12. One atomic mass unit is equal to 1/12 of the mass of carbon 12 isotope. Molecular mass is the average relative mass of its molecules, element or compound, compared with the atom of carbon 12 taken as 12. Then gram atomic mass and molecular masses are the atomic masses and molecular masses expressed in grams. Avogadro's number is number of atoms of an element present in 1 gram atomic mass, or the element or number of molecules present in 1 gram molecular mass of the substance, and is called as Avogadro's number, represented by Na, whose value is 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. Then mole. 1 mole equals to gram atomic mass if substance is element, or it is also equivalent to gram molecular mass if substance is molecule. 1 mole is 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 atoms. If substance is atomic, it is equal to 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 molecules. The substance is molecular. 1 mole equals to 22.4 liters at STP if substance is gaseous substance. Then methods of expressing concentration of a solution. There are different ways of expressing concentration of the solution: mass percent or weight percent. Strength, you see, mass of solute in gram present per liter of the solution, that is gram per liter. Strength is expressed in gram per liter. Molarity, number of moles of solute present per liter of the solution. Molality, number of moles of the solute dissolved in 1 kg of the solvent. Unit is moles per kg. Normality is number of gram equivalents of solute present per liter of the solution. That is, it is equal to gram equivalents per liter. Mole fraction, moles of the component divided by total number of moles of all the components which are present in the solution. Then parts per million, represented by ppm, mass of solute in million parts by solution, volume of solution. Molality and mole fraction are preferred over molarity and normality, because former involves which do not change with temperature, whereas later involves volumes which changes with that of temperature. Then look at the normality and the molarity equations. Normality equation is N1V1 equals to N2V2 for dilution from volume V1 to V2. And molarity equation is M1V1 equals to M2V2 for dilution. And if N1 and N2 are the number of moles of the two reactants in balanced equation, then M1V1 by N1 equals to M2V2 by N2. So thus you can calculate, for calculation of final normality or molarity on mixing two non-reacting solutions, N1V1 plus N2V2 equals to N3 into V1 plus V2, and M1V1 plus M2V2 equals to M3 into V1 plus V2 respectively. The next is calculation of percentage composition from formula. Calculation of percentage composition from formula: percent of any element equals to mass of that element divided by molecular mass of the acid into 100. So that is how you calculate the percentage composition from formula. Then empirical and molecular formula. Empirical formula is the formula which expresses the simplest whole number ratio between atoms of various elements present in one molecule of the compound. And molecular formula is the formula which expresses actual number of atoms present in the molecule of the compound. So molecular formula equals to N into empirical formula, and N is calculated by putting in the formula molecular mass upon empirical formula mass. The calculation of empirical formula we have dealt with in the videos. Divide percentages of elements by their respective atomic masses to get their moles. Divide the results of first step by the smallest of them to get the simplest molar ratio. And if some results of second steps are fractional, multiply all with 2, 3 and 4 to get the simplest whole number ratio. Write the whole numbers of third step as subscripts with the symbols to get the empirical formula. Then we come to the stoichiometric equation, balancing of a chemical reaction. So it means making atoms of each element equal on two sides of the equation. And we do it by two methods. One is hit and trial method, and the second one is partial equation method. Hit and trial method is we either start with the biggest formula or the element which occurs at minimum number of places. And partial equation method, the reaction is split into a number of steps. Each step is balanced by hit and trial method, and different steps are multiplied by suitable integers so that on adding the steps, the substances not formed cancel out. So we had seen the stoichiometric relation calculations related to this balancing of chemical equation. Then quantitative aspects of balanced chemical equation, it tells the number of moles of each reactant reacted and product formed. Moles may be converted into masses or volumes as required. And the last part is limiting reagent. So the reactant which reacts completely in the reaction is called limiting reagent, and the other reactant is called the excess reagent. So limiting reactant decides actually the amounts of other reactant reacted or the amounts of products formed. Thank you, children, and have a nice day.